speed reading, one of those real-life superpowers that everyone would like to have. If we could read faster and understand more, we'd be more productive, more successful, and most importantly, have more free time. But speed reading is a controversial topic. Elite readers claim to be able to read up to 6 times the average speed with 100% comprehension. And according to the supposed experts that sell ludicrously expensive courses, anyone can triple their reading speed in as little as 20 minutes. But is this actually possible? To find out, I'm going to spend the next 3 days testing the techniques from these courses in an attempt to improve my reading speed. Make sure to stick around until the end of this video where I'll give my verdict and a full rundown of the tools and techniques that I recommend. In case you're new here, I'm Max and welcome to the Small Wins channel. If you're interested in learning new skills, then hit that big red subscribe button below this video. First, I had to calculate my base reading rate, 250 words per minute, which means even as a regular reader with a degree from Oxford, I'm still bang in the middle of the average range of 200 to 300 words per minute. Now, the courses claim that you can increase your reading speed by 2 to 3 times after just a couple of hours of practice, so I'm aiming for around 500 to 750 words per minute. Let's get to it. The courses all revolve around the same 3 main techniques. First is to use a finger or pen to trace under each line with constant speed and smooth motion. This prevents 2 key eye movement issues of traditional reading: repeat reading of the previous line and minimising the number of eye fixations. Check this out, this is how my eyes move normally when scanning a page. Then this is how my eyes move with a pen. It's so much less jumpy. The next step was to improve my peripheral vision. Most of us read from end to end on each line, taking in only 1 word at a time. However, apparently you can actually train your eyes to take in up to 3 words per fixation. To practice this technique, I've drawn 2 vertical lines roughly 1 word in from the start and the end of each sentence. This feels so weird. After about 10 pages, I no longer needed the vertical lines and was able to bounce back and forth just using the pacer. The final technique focuses on trying to stop subvocalization by recalibrating your reading speed. The concept here is to read at a speed which is faster than 300 words per minute in order to force you to stop sounding out the words in your head. So I've just spent some time trying to do this using a physical book, but I'm finding it quite hard to push myself to the right speed. So instead I'm going to use a free website called Accelerator, where you simply paste in the text and then it will display the words at the required speed. If you don't have a digital copy of any books, you can head over to the Project Gutenberg website, which has loads of classic books for free. Alice in Wonderland. Why not? I started at 350 words per minute, and as I got faster, I increased the chunk size, i.e. the number of words per fixation, from 2 to 3. I feel so tired after only an hour and a half of doing this. Weirdly, I'm seeing grey spots wherever I look. Right, time to retest my speed. 437 words per minute. That's a 75% improvement. I'm actually so surprised. I did not think that was possible. I'm buzzing. What a beautiful autumnal morning. I finished up last night with nearly a 200 word improvement after just 2 hours. Today I'm going to go for 600 plus words per minute, which will put me in the top 10% of readers. In order to do this, I'm going to build up to a speed which is beyond comprehension and then slow down a bit, which will allow my brain to recalibrate as to what it thinks is fast. I suppose it's a bit like driving on a motorway for a while and then coming off onto a normal road, which then feels far slower than it would usually. After the previous day's success, I decided to continue using the Accelerator software. My brain is working extremely slowly this morning. It's defaulted back to its previous habits, which means that I've had to work up slowly to get back to the speed I was at the end of yesterday. I read each chapter twice, first at 50% higher than my target speed, and then again at my target speed, increasing my target speed by 50 on each chapter. I'm finding it very difficult to detect whether or not I'm still subvocalizing. I've either stopped completely, or I'm still doing it, but I'm only reading 1 or 2 words in each chunk. It's a pretty weird concept to wrap my head around. I'm going to try listening to some instrumental music at the same time to see if that helps. After progressing from 500 up to 650 words per minute, I finished Alice in Wonderland. Time for another test. I only got 440. Let me try that again. I tested myself twice more, but still could not improve. So after 2.5 hours of practice, I've made no improvement since yesterday. I'd managed to increase my reading speed by 200 words per minute on the software, but when I switched back to books, it made absolutely no difference. I presume this is to do with the difference in eye mechanics when staring in one location versus reading an actual book. To improve my peripheral vision and eye motion, I decided to add in a few exercises to my daily routine. Since yesterday didn't go to plan at all, I've decided to change my approach. I'm still going to use the same variable speed technique, but instead of using the RSVP software, I'm going to apply it to an actual book. Then in order to keep up with the required speed, I'm going to use a metronome that is set to 1 beat per line. To calculate the desired BPM of the metronome, you simply have to divide the desired words per minute by the number of words per line. So for example, the book I'm reading has about 10 words per line. So if I'm aiming to read at a speed of 500 words per minute, then I simply divide 500 by 10 and I get 50 BPM. With the help of the metronome, I use the same speed variation technique. Although I'm struggling to increase my speed, my level of comprehension at this speed is definitely improving. I'm actually feeling the emotional impact of the book rather than reading through it like some sort of emotionless robot. This is a fantastic book, by the way. My mum recommended it to me ages ago and I've ignored it up until now because I assumed it was really similar to Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, but it actually has a completely different perspective on the Holocaust and human resilience. Right, this is it. Here goes. I originally set out to see if it was really possible to dramatically increase your reading speed, and the answer is yes. After practicing 3 simple techniques for 6 hours, I can now comfortably read at 500 words per minute, which is double my original speed. But I think there's a more important question to answer. We tend to read for 2 different purposes, either for enjoyment or to get specific information. Since there's no point in rushing something you enjoy, this skill is really only relevant to the latter. And in that case, the goal isn't really to read faster, but actually to acquire the relevant information as quickly as possible, either to learn quicker or to make us more productive in work or school. So the real question we want to answer is, does speed reading make you learn faster? The answer again is yes, but not as much as more important factors like information selection, focus, pre-reading, understanding, and memorization. So think of speed reading not as a silver bullet, but as another tool in your arsenal which enhances your overall ability to learn. Here's a very quick summary of the techniques and tools that I recommend. Feel free to take a screenshot for future reference. If you enjoyed this video, then check out this playlist which includes other brain training skills, or alternatively you can check out this video which I've selected just for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, it really helps me build awareness for this channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.